YouTube, we are here to record the burnt peanut problem. I don't know what the problem is, but they say there's a problem. So, let's start the reaction.
You literally said the N-word multiple times. I don't know why saying a word means anything, but okay. I did not choose this peanut life. I got turned into one by the burnt peanut.
Hey everybody, CP here, the cool potato. Just wanted to show off the new streamer persona.
So streaming has become quite popular, especially since 2020, where it saw a huge spike in attention, probably due to things like COVID, where we were all forced inside, and for many in education at the time, you had to put up with makeshift and quickly put together online classes that I'm pretty sure nobody learned a single thing in.
I'm not a child, Heidi. I'm a grown man.
Yo, Randy, you bald as
We've been hacked.
But for many people around that time, especially when the lockdowns had just started, you had to find things to do, which for some turned into learning skills like coding, cooking, painting, and maybe learning how to properly exercise. Or for some it meant playing the same games over and over till you eventually become fatigued with games in general, and even though you had all this free time now, you just couldn't bring yourself to play a game for even 15 minutes before getting bored, closing the game and staring blankly at the screen. But watching someone else play the exact same game was a different thing entirely. Streaming around this time was already rising in popularity due to key streamers like Ninja.
Had shockwaves after he railed me like that from behind. After he shot on my back. After he came from behind.
But now with everyone inside, streaming exploded. We had things like the Among Us craze, a rise in Minecraft viewership due to things like the Dream SMP, where we saw a different breed of parasocial viewer. We even saw the appearance of more things like VTubers. But one of the results of COVID, apart from it apparently messing with the fabric of time where it feels like time is going way too fast now, but another effect was that streaming got more popular, more people tried doing it and more people got into it. It became mainstream, and even after COVID ended, it only became more popular, which has led to the streamers themselves being looked at more like celebrities. I mean, even celebrities themselves have tried to, in one way or another, enter the streaming space.
We could be taking questions right now. TikTok, you got any questions for me? What am I seeing? I'm saying, please come to Peru. You ate. Appreciate that. Love you, Brunito. When you come into my house, all right, maybe this questions thing wasn't a good idea.
But with streaming blowing up, it has come with a number of negative aspects as well. Hate watching is one of them, where people watch you for the sole purpose of preying on your downfall.
Who wants some? You want this? Come get it! Get a job, Dale.
Why do you guys keep doing this?
Audience fatigue is a new one, especially if you blow up quite fast and your content is everywhere. People will get tired of seeing you and start to hate you. The only person I've seen that is completely immune to this is Queso. I have not seen an ounce of hate for him except his chat saying he's the descendant of a prehistoric megalodon, which is one of the many ways they call him fat. There's also a problem with clones, where especially if you get popular for a specific thing or niche, some may attempt to copy you or what you're known for to reap the same benefits. And all of which I just briefly described probably applies tenfold to the streamer I'm going to be speaking about today. A streamer that at their peak took over the internet to the point where people of all ages were watching him. A streamer that with each stream would get over 100,000 concurrent viewers. And a streamer that is quite literally a burnt carbohydrate. The burnt peanut.
There's a new one though. For some reason, a bunch of Dr. Disrespect Champion Club members have been coming in. They think since I'm big now, I'm encroaching on his territory or something. It's like I'm on Arc Raiders, not the playground.
Now, if you don't know who the Burnt Peanut is, he started streaming all the way back in 2022. And when he started, he wasn't a peanut. He was an actual person, a fleshy if you will. But it's important to note that almost all records of these past streams when he wasn't the Peanut has been scrubbed from the internet to the point where you can only find singular frames of those streams. But back then he mainly streamed Escape from Tarkov, the game you only play if you have a gambling addiction, or you're a masochist and hate yourself.
I can do it. Ready? I'm gonna fight until it's up. Ready? For the team, boys.
Yeah.
My gunshot!
Unlock incredible deals and explore the best selection of musical equipment at Sweetwater. From stage to studio and everything in between, Sweetwater has everything you need to take your sound to the next level. Don't wait. Shop now.
Or, more commonly, you're a hacker. When he began streaming, he was still working a full-time job at a call center for scheduling, with the main thing being scheduled, according to him, being cat waxing. But it was the cat usually most of you definitely aren't used to seeing, if you catch my drift. But when he started, he would stream regularly for around 5 months before giving it up, and he would only return a year later after a friend persuaded him to start streaming again. And after one of his first streams back, he noticed his name was Burnt Peanut. So for his next stream, he became a Peanut, and the rest from there is seemingly history. He still played Tarkov, but now as a Peanut, and he began streaming more regularly with usually a daily stream that ranged from 2 to 6 hours depending on the day. He also began taking his clips from his stream and posting them to places like YouTube, which assisted in slowly building up his following.
I'm about to show you the power of the Windingulator, the most powerful weapon in all of Tarkov, but do not share it with anyone.
Adamantium.
Oh my god.
I got him.
By the end of 2024, he was averaging over 1,000 concurrent viewers, and it would only go up from there at the start of the next year. However, he was still streaming Tarkov, which people didn't really mind. Most were there for his personality at that point.
Fucking camping little bitch pussy.
Got your little boyfriend.
Yeah, he's a fucking Timmy, you little
And
pussy.
you're next! Yeah!
And things like his Peanut avatar constantly changing, the animations he played before he went into each raid, animations which were made by his brother, and the fact there was never truly a dull moment in his streams was why a lot of people kept watching him.
Love you, nut. Peanut's middle is the perfect place for my froggy penis. I want to wear them like a condom and feel that sweet, sweet ass pucker.
And all of this would later be a hallmark of his content. By August of 2025, he was averaging over 10,000 viewers, which put him at the top percentile of streamers, but his viewership would soon skyrocket in November of the same year, which was partially due to the launch of a game called Ark Raiders, a game that was initially thought to be just another extraction shooter trying to copy Tarkov, and a game that 3 years ago was supposed to be a completely different game. But despite what people thought before it launched, it was somewhat of an instant success when it finally released, both with a lot of people playing it and watching it. Peanut began streaming it on release, and quickly he not only became the face of the game, but the face of streaming for quite a while.
Wait, they're saying running dive through.
Oh fuck.
At this point, you could not escape Peanut. He had broken outside the Ark Raiders category and become mainstream. Every platform either had a clip of his stream or a clip of someone talking about his stream. But with that many eyes on you, it almost becomes impossible to avoid controversy, either by people clipping you out of context, or even some people going all the way back before you blew up and sharing a clip of you saying a slur.
I would get QD OLED. Oh my god, dude, what is it? What is up with this fat fire man? Oh shit. Oh fuck. God damn it.
He even got into a controversy for being nominated and winning the VTuber of the Year award, which pissed a lot of people off because they don't think he's a VTuber. I mean, he even thinks he's not a VTuber, he classifies himself as a PTuber, and after facing all of this backlash, he immediately started making jokes at the expense of the people that were mad at him.
That's a VTuber right there. Listen up, 40-year-old man in a 15-year-old anime 2D VTubing suit.
But if we were honest, it was the Streamer Awards, the event that most criticised for their theory it's just an award show for the friends of the people that host it, and the event where there's backlash each year for the nominations and award winners anyway. Like, it happens every year. But apart from people digging things up from his past, apart from his classifications as a VTuber or a PTuber, and apart from his controversies, there's already a few problems that have surrounded him, and it's only gotten worse as he's gotten bigger. And it's to the point now where it's widespread and more apparent than ever. And you could say it's at the level now where it's directly affecting the reputation of Peanut. But what are these problems?
Ooh, let's fart on him. Well, sniff it.
So as I said, when creators blow up, especially for a specific reason, it's natural to see others witness this attention and attempt to recreate it to potentially get a portion of the limelight. This can range from playing the same game to doing the same content to, at worst, attempting to replicate the personality of the original content creator.
You really think I'm queso? You really think I'm queso?
And Peanut is no different from this trend. Actually, in his case, it's much worse. Probably because he's formatted in the way he is simply a peanut with a filter that captures his mouth and eyes, projected onto the 3D Peanut model. Before Peanut blew up, there was little to nobody with the same format. Ironically, the closest relative to his format he had at the time was actually VTubers. And I know by simply just making that comparison may result in some fans having an aneurysm, but when he did eventually blow up, it essentially became a gold rush overnight. Hundreds of other streamers would adopt an inanimate object with their face displayed on top of it, which ranged from things like other edible items to items of clothing to random objects to even organs. I have a feeling we are soon going to see a Peanut clone in the form of a puckered anus that was locally sourced. That would actually be impressive, probably because you'll be instantaneously banned, but then again, if you're streaming on Twitch, knowing them, you might be fine. There was also a rise in tutorials walking you through how to make your own burnt peanut avatar, which only made it more widespread. Now these streamers obviously knew what they were doing.
I'm not trying to copy burnt peanut. I say I'm different from the peanuts. I say
A lot of these new streamers would begin being called peanut.
I don't know how that's better. That's not better. Dude, what the heck? Now people are trying to... Okay, so the problem is people are copying. That's a cooperating. Yeah, he's cooperating Hypno. So the problem is that people are copying his style with the way he does stuff, like the peanut or the fridge. Like, has anybody done the fridge? Like, that should probably be good, bro. Maybe I should do that, bro. Maybe I should, take the fridge and just, plaster my face on the fridge. Hey, let's continue the video.
Clones, and I've yet to see one that has successfully pulled this off and managed to gather an audience that doesn't associate them with Peanut. But are we seeing a trend like VTubers where one person inspires many others to the point where it becomes its own genre? No. As said, I don't see any of these new streamers doing anything unique, and none have accomplished the goal of branching away from the Peanut stereotype. I mean, we had the annoying Orange do this shit like 10 years ago, and I don't think there were any successful copies around that time, but hey, I could be wrong. Maybe a disheveled filled condom will be Streamer of the Year around this time next year. Even Peanut has picked up on people doing this, and he doesn't really seem to have a problem with it.
I mean, are they...
Learn to track your sleep cycle in just 20 seconds. Know your sleeping patterns in just 3 simple steps.
Bro, that's
crazy. Are they...
No, but I wouldn't be bothered either if I'm making all that money. Like, if I'm making all that money and I got nominated for a streaming award, yeah, you can copy all you want. I'm still making money on my front. Like, why would I care what other people are doing it? Like, you can surpass me, dude. I have my audience. I made my stand on Twitch. Even if it goes down, shit, I still have money, bro. Like, I wouldn't care either, for real. I'm like, oh, look at the problem. Why would it? It's the internet. People also trying to get rich too. That's how it is. It's not even like the internet type shit too, because it's also like TV shows, video games. Like, this ain't the only time this has been. Now you could say it's now like not internet, but like social media in general. That now we're seeing people trying to copy, get this trend so they can get somewhere. So I understand why. I understand why people are doing it. But like, if I was Burnt Peanut, I wouldn't care either for real.
I don't know. I mean, are they kind of hopping on the floor a little bit? Sure. But you know what I mean? It's like whatever. It's like whatever. I mean, I didn't invent the peanut. I didn't, you know what I mean? They can do whatever they want. They can do, you know what I mean? But follow your dreams. That's what I say. That's what I say.
However, even though there are a lot of these clones, currently there is one that stands above the rest. The ultimate peanut clone, and that is the faithful sheriff.
Ooh, let's fart on him. Well, sniff it.
Let's take, bro.
We got him.
He is the very definition of a peanut clone. He is what appears to be the inbred variant of the burnt peanut. He even has lore that relates to the burnt peanut. Where the story goes, he was turned into a peanut because he disrespected Peanut's friend, Gingy, which outside of the peanut he did actually do. He made a whole video saying she was boring, and apparently they saw that video and responded to it. But in the lore, after seeing Gingy disrespected, the burnt peanut would respond by using his peanut wizard powers to turn this guy into a peanut. That is his lore.
You know what you mean?
Yeah, he turned me into a peanut, actually. That's why I'm a peanut. He turned me into one. He's my arch nemesis.
But this isn't the first time the faithful sheriff has done something like this, because he was previously known before his rebrand as...
Nah, bro, that's just blatant. I ain't gonna lie, the blatant copy is crazy. No, because at least the other ones, I can respect. Because the other ones are like, okay, let's change it up or something. You are just blatantly, just blatant. Just blatant. At least the other ones are like, you know, I don't know, different items and stuff. Man literally just said, you know what? I'm gonna be a peanut with a Bible. Bro, now that's innovation right there, bro. That's innovation. I don't know why I haven't thought about that myself, for real.
Dr. Witnesser, or as most people called him, Dr. Chud. And if it wasn't obvious, this was his attempt in trying to be a clone of Dr. Disrespect.
Dr. Witnesser, thank you for the $10, Doc. I'm 20 minutes deep in some spice, hot, acidic, goosebump-driven diarrhea, and I ran out of toilet paper. I'm install 102 in the arena. Can you send Alex in to toss me a roll? Alex is not here today. You're in shit out of luck.
Bro, that was so worth it.
He was quite infamously known around this time for one, constantly saying slurs.
So, back in the day of the 1910 and 1800s, people would refer to black individuals as niggers.
He was also known as the guy who told an 8-year-old child that...
Bro, you're telling me this dude literally just said the N-word like that. Just straight up. Just straight up, like. Just straight up. No, like, context. Just straight up just said the N-word, bro. Bro, what is wrong with niggas, bro? This is freaking crazy.
Santa wasn't real.
People were saying that Santa Claus isn't real, that your parents just bring you the presents.
Yeah, that's actually true, unfortunately. And that's another lie, and that people do spread. I don't teach.
Dude, you're at least not the kid. What the? I would never do that. Even with me being a troll, sometimes I would not do that to the kid. Especially the kid it's generally just being a kid. That's just disrespectful, man. That's disrespectful, bro. Disrespectful ass. I can't even say how disrespectful that is, bro. It's just disrespectful.
My kids about Santa Claus because it's not real, and I don't lie to my kids.
He was also known to be heavily religious, and if you had a mic on in his Fortnite lobby, he would try and convert you to some form of Christianity. Even if you have a different religion or you're a child, he will still try and convert you.
Xbox.
Nice.
I'm playing PS4 right now, but I'm finna play on Xbox.
Cool.
Yes.
So, listen, I go into games and I teach people about the Bible.
Yeah.
About the afterlife.
Oh yeah, forget him and him. Forget him until I teach people about the Bible. Even though I just said the N word with a hard R, with no problems. I might add. No problems. Just straight up no. I don't even care. Be like, oh, gotta repent my ass. Fuck this guy. It's not because he said the N word. It's just like, no, you cannot do that. You cannot say it with impunity. And then don't even try to like correct yourself. And then say the gospel. Fuck that. Nah, seriously, man. Fuck that.
You know how much that Xbox cost?
What?
You know how much that Xbox cost?
I think he was most known for trying to convert a child and telling them if they don't convert, they will go to hell when they die or something. But obviously, with his reputation in the toilet as Dr. Witnesser, he would move on to greener pastures, which was doing the exact same thing he was doing before, but now as a peanut.
So, do you believe in Jesus?
Um.
Or did college teach you out of Jesus? 'Cause that's what they do.
And for some reason, he has a bit where he loves being a bit gassy, and he will regularly unload on stream.
Good morning, everybody. It's the faithful sheriff, and today we're going into Fortnite and telling everybody about the good Lord. Everyone's welcome. If you're nice and all that.
Do not tell Pyrocynical about this streamer. Now, obviously, he could not outrun his past, and with him doing the same thing he did with Dr.
He did not just say to Pyrocynical. That's messed up.
Disrespect, now with the burnt peanut, he quickly became one of the most hated peanut clones, because at least all the other clones did their own thing. They never tried to be a carbon copy, and they never begged for attention from Peanut.
Here's the deal. If you get the burnt peanut to respond to this video by saying, I released you of your peanut bombs, you get your witnesser back.
But because people hated him so much, it has led to a number of things happening. First, someone sent him a fake cease and desist letter, which was said to be from Peanut, which made him promptly end stream because he thought he was going to get sued by Peanut. The second thing was that people started circulating fake rumors about him. Someone photoshopped a cock on his peanut, which was something that happened to the original Peanut, and they made it look like he was requesting this just so he could be like Peanut, and he denies it.
I never said this. I never even knew that these guys existed prior to yesterday when this post came out. Here's a picture of my real penis that you can use. Obviously, this is not me. Y'all have seen me. This person probably weighs about 170. I'm 300 pounds.
People also raided his Discord day one and circulated some rumors there. And third, they have doxed him whilst he was live multiple times. In one event, reading out his full social security number, and in another, a person in a game with him calls him out for not living in Texas and lapping that he does, and then they proceed to read out his current address, which understandably results in a reaction of him looking at the camera like he had just witnessed a second Hiroshima.
I can argue.
Like how you lied about being from Texas when you live in...
I don't live there, buddy.
Really? Because your wife does.
you can actually find a lot of hate posts about him just showing his address, which is fucked up because he has a wife and kids and you are potentially putting him and his family in danger doing this. You shouldn't do this. But from the outside, with all of this happening, it has not hindered his activity at all. He seems to have more viewership than ever since he became the faithful sheriff, but obviously it has somewhat affected the burnt peanut brand and potentially added to the next problem Peanut has been facing.
Mr. Silly! A little bit of goop. A little bit of goop. Wow, I'm such a chud.
Now the last problem is something I mentioned at the start of the video, which is when you get as big as Peanut and you are basically everywhere on most platforms. I think even I've been barraged by Peanut clips on my beloved Instagram Reels. And although it's probably not just Peanut himself posting all over these platforms, it's also his audience. But regardless, it still leads to the same result, which is that people get quickly tired of seeing you and in some cases just start to hate you. But for the burnt Peanut in this case, it's probably the fastest I've ever seen this happen because he only blew up like 4 to 5 months ago, and already both him, his audience, and even his catchphrases have been designated as cringe. Currently it's looking like the reputation of being a burnt Peanut fan is probably on the same levels as being a Has-Been Hotel fan.
I'm gooping it, This is the best part, just wait. Hate for Mr. Nut is so forced because how can you hate him? He's just a silly little guy. Mr. Silly!
This is a verified refurbished iPhone 15. It costs up to 70% less than new, and it's just as powerful as this
little guy. Mr. Silly!
Too silly! A little bit of goop.
It's even got to the point where people act like the burnt Peanut had beheaded each of their family members in front of them with how mad they are when it comes to talking about him.
The burnt Peanut has no choice but to rely on an AI avatar to pull viewers in. Why exactly? This is one of the most brutal and classic example of the BP. If he were to show his face on stream, he would get 0 viewers because his philtrum is way too short.
Even though you're not funny, you don't make your family laugh at the dinner table. I know you don't. What do you tell them? Yeah, I'm just a fucking peanut. I have a peanut mascot on, and I'll turn to the side and open my mouth. The kids love it, saying that, nigga, you are lame.
This seems to have been a thing that only recently happened because some people are confused how he went from generally loved to now widely hated. Some have blamed it on the fans on the older side of his audience, more accurately the millennials, citing the videos of them unironically repeating some of his catchphrases. But come on, millennials got completely fucked when it came to the housing market. Let them have their fun. But was it down to the fans of the burnt Peanut that he's now considered cringe? I don't necessarily think so. Yes, there are a few posts I've seen that may have contributed to it, and I don't think it's down to the behaviour of the burnt Peanut himself. He's been doing the same thing he always does. He hasn't really changed enough from what I've seen to warrant this shift. I think it's just the internet being the internet and the combination of blowing up so fast and being everywhere to the point where it gets somewhat annoying to people. Or you don't hold the same value than you did previously because you're mainstream now. And it's to the point where maybe your grandma is even saying things like she's gooping it, quoting him directly. So I guess it's not as cool as when he was more of a niche streamer. But yeah, it's quickly shifted from the burnt Peanut being widely praised to now people expressing how they're tired of seeing him and his audience.
I'm a motherfucking gooner goy. I'm a dreamer goy. I love a Floyd that don't even fucking need a goy. Baby, I'm a gooner goy.
So in conclusion, the burnt Peanut currently is seeing something that affects most people that get popular rather fast. Does it mean his online career is over and he's doomed to fall off? No, this will come and pass. A lot of the clones will, I assume, die off unless we do actually see what we saw with VTubers, where they do successfully branch away from being associated with Peanut. The criticism towards his content and fans is going to be around for a while. We are seeing a pack god-like situation with this, but people will eventually move on. However, currently the Peanut is doing fine. He's just as big and he's still one of the top streamers. Yes, these problems may have tainted his reputation and brand, but I think long term he'll be fine. But yeah, that's it. If you're using Linux to watch this right now, we get it, you're a femboy. But make sure to uninstall the French language pack, it's been causing performance issues for Linux systems. But that's all I had to say, and bye bye.
Let's go. That was a good video, guys. Let me put his channel right there. Royalty is here. That's his channel. He made this video. And yeah. Not only that, I'm gonna make a little reaction to it, but I want to support him. Like, see, look, he's doing pretty good. Royalty is here. That's the dude who made this video, and I liked it. The video essay was nice. See you. Oh shit. They turned this shit off.